ребят, все нормально, порешаем. Надо, порешаем.
John Fury was left bleeding recently when he shockingly headbutted a team member from Alexander Usk's camp. He later created a scene as he and his team had just touched down in Saudi Arabia.
I live for this fucking shit! I live for blood, guts and horror! Blood, guts and horror! I live for this shit!
Alexander Usyk later reacted to John Fury's antics, and he slammed the Gypsy King's dad. He also had an interesting thing to say about the Tyson Fury camp.
It doesn't matter. My focus it's only fight. Bad behavior, Fury team, Fury father. It's problem.
John Fury's antics before the fight were expected and shouldn't come as a surprise. But what do we know about the latest drama in Saudi Arabia before the fight, and how did the boxing world react? Stick around and watch as we find out in this old video. John Fury is back at it again. The Gypsy King's dad is infamous for creating a scene ahead of his son's big fights and Tyson Fury's all-important clash with Alexander Usyk. John Fury stirred up drama once again. Barely a few hours had gone by since Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk and their large entourages had touched down in Saudi Arabia before Fury Senior got himself in an ugly altercation inside a packed lobby in Riyadh during the pre-fight media day. Fury Senior got a bit carried away as he leaned into a group of Usyk staff and proceeded to scream in their faces before squaring up to one man and headbutting him. It left on Fury with blood streaming down his forehead, and everyone else in the room stunned. A few more pushes, shoves, and shouts followed before inevitably calming down. This isn't the first time Fury Senior has created a ruckus before significant boxing events last year ahead of the Gypsy King's clash with Francis Ngannou, also hosted by Saudi Arabia. Fury Senior sent out a crazy challenge to Mike Tyson, who trained the former UFC champion for the fight. John Fury likes to draw attention when his son is fighting, and he probably has good intentions as he looks to hype up these fights. However, his antics have become worrisome lately, and not many are pleased with the way he's been acting. Even the Gypsy King, who missed the action, appeared embarrassed at his father. At any other time in any other place in ultra-conservative Saudi Arabia, John Fury would have been arrested and sent to jail as per the latest update, but no charges have been filed. The Gypsy King's dad later issued an apology after his arrest and immediate release. He stated sincere apologies to everybody involved. It's just the way we are. Emotions and tensions are running high. He was a very disrespectful fella. If you come close in a fighting man's space, you're going to cop something. John Fury went on to explain the reason for the altercation, saying what matters to me is respect for my son, and he wasn't showing any of it. He mentioned my son, and that was it, so he had to have it. It doesn't bother me to be bleeding. It's what we live for. We're fighting people. That's a regular occurrence to me.
Come into my space, Usyk, nobody's bothering with them. I was only chanting my own son's name, so they got step closer and step closer. So at the end of the day, I'm a warrior, that's what we do. We're fighting.
Stepchuk, the member from Usk's camp who was on the receiving end of the headbutt, said he didn't say anything about Fury and only shouted Usyk to support the team. He reiterated that he had never touched John and wouldn't because of their age difference. I didn't touch him. He went crazy. Chuck, yeah, I wanted to punch him, but because of the age difference, it would not be very fair. He should not look for an actual fight because he could have a heart attack and finish in the ambulance. Later on, Alexander Usyk responded to John Fury's antics. He seemed composed, focusing primarily on his upcoming fight rather than the altercation. During the interview with the Stomping Ground, Usyk mentioned that for him, the incident didn't matter much and his primary concern remained the fight. He referred to the behavior of John Fury as a problem only for Fury and his team, indicating that he was not personally affected by it and was keeping his focus on the sporting aspect of his engagement. Usyk brushed off the incident as bad behavior from Fury's father and appeared undistracted, emphasizing his readiness and anticipation for the match and portraying himself as focused and professional amid the chaos. Former MMA star Michael Bisping later reacted to John Fury's latest drama and slammed him for embarrassing himself and others.
It's just a bit of an embarrassment, let's be honest. As I said, I'm all for people supporting passionately, certainly their children. But when you start headbutting people and assaulting people, well, we just know there's no place for
Bisping expressed strong disapproval of John Fury's actions, describing the incident as unnecessary. He highlighted that while passionate support for fighters is expected and enjoyable, resorting to physical assault crosses a line. He was critical of John Fury's behavior, particularly noting the irony that the aggression did not come from the fighters themselves, but rather from a figure in the fighter's entourage. Bisping referred to Fury's headbutt colloquially as the Glasgow kiss, which left Fury himself bleeding. Bisping pointed out that this kind of behavior was particularly out of place given the context of the event, which was the first undisputed heavyweight title fight in 25 years and a highly anticipated event in the boxing world. He argued that the fight between Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk was significant enough without the need for such dramatics, and that such incidents only served to tarnish the reputation of the sport and the event. Bisping was clearly disappointed that the actions of a non-combatant could potentially overshadow the athletes and the sport itself, emphasizing that while it's natural for emotions to run high in such a high-stakes environment, it is crucial to maintain professionalism and decorum to respect the sport and its fans. Pro boxer Isaac Lowe also shared his reaction with a mix of disappointment and understanding of the tense emotions that can surface in such high-press environments. Speaking with Unveiled TV, Lowe described the situation as silly but somewhat inevitable given the circumstances and personalities involved.
Over, one of Krasiuk's team got into the face of John Fury. He told me that they were insulting his son, insulting his family, and he dropped his head on him. John cut his head. Very dramatic moment.
He acknowledged that while Team Fury came to Saudi Arabia aiming to show respect and focus on the sporting aspect, the heated encounter was sparked by what he perceived as provocation from Usyk's team. Lowe referred to members of Usyk's team as little idiots for inciting the situation with their chants and behavior, which he felt crossed lines of respect. This escalation, according to Lowe, led to John Fury's headbutt, an action he saw as a quick-tempered but almost predictable response to being confronted so aggressively. Lowe expressed broader concern about the potential for further escalation throughout the fight week, indicating that the incident on Monday was likely just the beginning of tensions. He anticipated more challenges leading up to the fight, including at the press conference in Wigan. Despite these tensions, Lowe emphasized the importance of maintaining respect for the host country and ensuring that the events remained focused on providing entertainment and competition for the fans. Journalist Gareth Davies described the event as a very dramatic moment and contextualized it within the tribal-like division between the two camps, emphasizing the passionate stakes of the upcoming fight between Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk.
Up it went. I was actually in a room there with Tyson. He was doing Sky Sports at the time. I couldn't get out to see it, but we could hear it all. Tyson was wondering what's going on out there. Obviously, we could hear Big John roaring away, and then we came out to see that John's head had been...
Davies recounted hearing chants from both camps that escalated tensions. He explained that John Fury was provoked into the headbutt after members of the USK's team insulted his son and family. According to Davies, the security intervened quickly, preventing the situation from escalating further. He also noted that Tyson Fury was not present during the incident, as he was elsewhere being interviewed. Davies highlighted Shane Fury's role as an enforcer, who quickly got involved to manage the situation on behalf of Team Fury. He acknowledged the complexities of such incidents, pointing out that while they add to the drama of fighting week, they'd also pose the risk of overshadowing the sporting event. Davies shared his relief that the incident did not devolve into a full-scale brawl, which would have been unsuitable, especially in Saudi Arabia. Additionally, Davies provided observations on both fighters' conditions and mindsets heading into the fight. He noted Tyson Fury's impressive physical readiness and mentioned Usyk's formidable appearance. Davies also speculated on the strategic approaches Tyson might employ, including possibly fighting as a southpaw to counter Usyk's style. Ultimately, Davies's reaction was that of a seasoned analyst who understood the emotional and promotional dynamics at play, while also expressing concern about the potential consequences of such heated confrontations. His commentary painted a picture of an intense, albeit controlled, pre-fight environment where both camps were fiercely supportive of their fighters, but needed to balance passion with professionalism to maintain the decorum expected at such a high-profile international event. Fraser Clark, who was present during the altercation, also shared Tyson Fury's reaction after he saw his dad bleeding. Clark revealed that he was with Tyson Fury during the incident. Tyson was preoccupied with an interview with Sky Sports and did not witness the confrontation directly, but became aware of the commotion due to the noise. Tyson's immediate reaction was one of confusion and concern as he tried to understand what was happening outside the interview room. Clark described the atmosphere as charged with emotions running high due to the significance of the upcoming fight. He recounted hearing John Fury's loud reactions and later seeing that John had sustained an injury to his head. Clark depicted Tyson as initially puzzled at questioning about the events that transpired, emphasizing Tyson's detachment from the direct conflict while focusing on his professional commitments. Additionally, Clark discussed Tyson Fury's state of mind in preparation for the fight. He noted that Tyson appeared in excellent physical condition and mentally sharp, indicating a high level of preparedness for the bout against Alexander Usyk. Clark's account painted a picture of Tyson Fury as a focused athlete, not letting external disturbances affect his concentration on the forthcoming match. The boxing world was shocked by John Fury's actions ahead of the fight, and many feel that it overshadows the highly anticipated bout. But what are your thoughts on this? Will there be more drama in the lead-up to this clash? Let us know in the comments. That's it for today. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Turn on the bell for the latest notifications so that you never miss out on videos like this. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you with the next one.